all right, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Hot Topics. We got a good one for you this evening. Real good. Before we get started, extra. We got to get it in. We got to get it in. Ladies and gentlemen, I was really pumped up for this Terrence Crawford, David Avanesian fight. I guess you would say pre-fight layout as to what all was said several weeks back, what all was said this week. But when I seen, mm, 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 when I seen, when I seen the promo of, not the promo, how would I say it? The way, not the weigh-ins, but the last press conference and the card girls. It hurt my spirit. And this was maybe about an hour ago when I seen it. It hurt my spirit, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, really, come on, man. This is what we're going to do. And I was prepared to really dissect this thing down into kind of like give the people a little broader sense as to when you talk about $10 million, what's really all involved. But the card girls just messed me up. Because usually in the fights, you see the card girls, they're on point, they're straight, they know what they're doing. Not in this instance. And I guess they say, there's this thing about when black people do things, we don't start on time. Something ain't gonna be right. There's always gonna be some issues. I'll be honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, not always. Because when you have people working, doing things up one, the right way, up front, nothing shady going on, no sidestepping going on, no one lagging, no one slacking, doing things to where when you pay your dollar, you coming to pay something up one professional. And that's what we're going to give you, up one professional. But when I seen what I seen, ladies and gentlemen, it deterred my whole plan for this episode right here. It truly did. It truly did. But I'm going to start right here with BLK Prime and their display and represent. I know they're new to, doing this promotion type thing as far as within boxing. This is one of their first on the elite level gigs. But when you start out and you're going to pay one of your employees get paid $10 million, so to speak, as they say, your whole outfit has to represent $10 million. And when I seen what I seen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to sit back and let you see it for yourself. Empty seats. Empty seats. Empty. You see it. Empty seats. There's only 3 rows. And then, people, I'm not going to nitpick heavily on this because it's too much involved. I mean, I'm disturbed right now as to what I seen and why did I have to see what I seen. I figured it. That's one reason why I didn't keep up with the other guys that was talking about boxing for the last 2 to 3 weeks. I did my first thing on when Terrence Crawford came out and said what he was going to do for this Saturday. I said what I needed to say that week. I said, I'm going to sit back, wait, and watch and see what's all going to lay out. Maybe he may fool me. But y'all look at this right here. Just look at it now. This is heartbreaking. Truly heartbreaking. The little bitty banner is if you're at a nightclub somewhere. Really, y'all? That's what we're going to go with. The little bitty banner. Hey, don't blame me. He the one got the little banner. A little bitty banner now. We're at a nightclub. Okay. I get it. And this character right here, he starts an argument with someone, and that's some of Terrence's, I don't know if that's his sister or his girlfriend or his wife, one, but I want you guys to see the empty seats. Hardly no one's there. That don't happen generally at a press conference. It doesn't. Not a boxing one. Boxing press conferences is a lot of reporters there, yeah, a crowd of people there, a selected crowd of people there to cheer you on or root you on. I didn't see any brothers in there. Now, this is supposed to be BLK Prime. That's what this is. This is BLK Prime, Black Network. There's no black people there other than Terrence Crawford's wife and Bo Mack and a couple more people that's within his training camp. No black reporters. I didn't see any. Let's go back and see if y'all saw some, because I didn't see any. Help me out on this one, y'all. I mean, I'm wearing glasses, so maybe that's the reason why I didn't see any. See one black guy right there. Let me take that back. I see one black guy right there in a white shirt up under the stream of light. I hope he's white. Excuse me, I hope he's black. Take that back. I'm still trying to find him. Now, I give courtesy. This is Fight Hub. They I think it was Fight Hub who shot this. Yeah, Fight Hype, not Hub. Fight Hype. It's on the screen. Duh, LB. But come on, BLK. Come on, Terrence. Now, see, Terrence went on the limb and said that he's his own boss. He's his own businessman. He's Mr. Business. You know, he can cover all facets when it comes to the boxing thing, when it comes to the business of boxing, when it comes to being in the ring in boxing, when it comes to training in boxing. He has all that. He doesn't need Al Heyman like Earl Spence needs Al Heyman. I beg to differ. Based on what I'm seeing so far, but it might get better, y'all. It might get better. We're gonna digress from that and go to something else. Now, this is the first time ever. Even Floyd Mayweather, I didn't see him. He may have done it in his earlier career, but this is the first time ever I've seen some mess like this right here. Small banner. You see it. You see it. Just cutting the monkey. They just cut the monkey. Actually, there was one. I don't know. They didn't give me that one up. The one where he had the dog. See if we can find that one. But when I was going through things, I only saw one clip or one actual commercial of Terrence Crawford promoting this show, and this was the only one that I came across.
10 consecutive title fights. December 10th will be my 17th.
Yeah, I'm stuck like y'all. We're gonna try this one more time.
16 consecutive title fights.
Right.
December 10th will be my 17th.
Right. You're right about that. You ain't fighting nobody. Nice video, but little substance. I mean, BLK Prime, the video is nice, but there's little substance in there to make me want to spend my dollars to come see this fight tomorrow evening. I mean, very, very little substance to this video here. Once again, BLK Prime, this is your first outing with a hard hitter. You got to come strong. You're paying this guy, so he says now. He said to Brian Custer, yeah, he's getting paid $10 million. So he says. He also said he got half the money up front, the other half before he fights. We found some information on this one. But $10 million, you got to have a $10 million
16 consecutive title fights. December 10th will be my 17th.
I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, that's not a $10 million video for me. Now, if I'm performing, when me and the boys was singing back in the days, and the company spent or invested $10 million on me and my group, I would expect for us to have a nice some type of promotional video to entice people to want to come buy those tickets, to come out and see us perform. That don't make me want to come see Terrence. Let's try it one more time. Go back some, y'all. There you go.
Won 16 consecutive title fights.
Right.
December 10th will be my 17th.
Yep. I ain't seen it. I'm missing it somewhere. That's not $10 million to me. It seemed like they would invest it actually $10 million. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to digress from that and go ahead and get into the meat and potatoes it is. What I wanted to show you guys, we don't have, I thought we had that clip. He actually had a dog there at the facility. A dog. Yeah, a dog. A pound puppy. It blew my mind. I'm like, really, y'all? He going to bring a dog to the event? A dog. I was lost. It hurt my feelings, actually, when I seen it. It hurt my feelings. Here it is right here. Here it is right here.
I said, look like.
All right, we're gonna fast forward this some, y'all. I want y'all to see this right here. This tore me up. We just don't do this, man. We just don't. We don't bring. He picked the dog up by the tail, and y'all see that? Oh my Lord! He picked the dog up by the tail. You see it? You see it? He picked that dog up by the tail. Surprised that dog didn't bite his butt. I don't know what Bud. I don't know what kind of dog you got, but I ain't seen too many dogs get picked up by the tail and not, especially if you ain't the owner. Fellas, help me out with this. Help me out with this. Help me out, fellas. He picked this dog up by the tail. You see it. That's dog cruelty. Y'all ain't shutting my platform down because of dog cruelty. Y'all ain't gonna do that. We're gonna go on into this right here. But what I'm getting ready to show you guys is a clip that Bo Mack is actually talking about the guy that Terrence is fighting tomorrow. I want you to listen to him very, very closely as he lays out the type of fighter and character David Avenesian is in the ring. Listen to him very closely, and then listen to what he says in reference to what Bud's going to do.
He's pretty good, man. He's pretty good. He can be tricky in there, too. Yeah. Real tricky.
He's a tough guy. He's an aggressive guy, but I think something that people haven't noticed either is he's sneaky with counter punches in there.
Yeah, great counter puncher. Yeah. Hey, so you got to do little small things to get him to commit in order to, break that counter puncher down.
Now listen what he said. He said he's good, he's sneaky, he's great. Good, sneaky, great. All right, let's keep listening. Great, keyword. Good, keyword.
Which I know Terrence is going to do. But, you got to keep your hands up with this cat too, man, because, as you say, he's sneaky.
Yeah, I think on the surface, a lot of people would think like he's just a basic up and down, type of fighter. Terrence and him share a common opponent in Mean Machine as well. What are you expecting from Terrence in this fight and the type of result you expect from him?
I'm expecting Terrence just to be himself, man. Go out there, download the information, maybe a round or two, and then just take it from there and, dominating, start dominating in the third, fourth round.
Now, he said he was good, he was great, he was sneaky. You got to keep your hands up, but he's looking for the Terrence going in the first two rounds and just download the information. And in round 3, dominate him. Dominate him. How do you dominate someone that's good, great, and sneaky in 4 rounds? He said 3 to 4 rounds, ladies and gentlemen. So what is that really telling you? Some people who do not watch what they say don't need to open their mouth until things are over with.
Start dominating him in the third, fourth round. Probably get him out of there. So we'll see.
Dominate him. 3, 4th round. We'll get him out of there. We'll see. So don't sound like you're too serious about someone who you say is good, great, sneaky.
To you, though, not an easy fight, because a lot of fans are thinking this is an easy fight because he's not very well known.
Here come the contradiction now. Listen closely, y'all.
Easy in.
No, it's just definitely not an easy fight, man.
You just sit there and say it in round 3 or 4, he's going to dominate him and get him out. That sounds like an easy fight to me, especially when you're going 10 rounds, 12 rounds. I'm not sure what they're going. Well, per Bomac, they're only going 3-4 rounds because he's going to dominate him. Dominate him. Really? Come on, big boy.
Like you said before, great counterpunching ability, aggressive fighter, stay on top of you. So,
all right, make your mind up. He's good. He's great. He's sneaky. He's aggressive. He stays on top of you. A good counter puncher. How you gonna dominate that within 3-4 rounds and get him out in 3-4 rounds? See, ladies and gentlemen, this is where lies don't care who tell them, as long as they get told. We're gonna go back. Y'all listen to it.
maybe a round or two, and then just take it from there, and dominating, start dominating him in the 3rd, 4th round. Probably get him out of there. So we'll see.
To you, though, not an easy fight, because a lot of fans are thinking this is an easy fight because he's not very well known Avanesian.
No, it's just definitely not an easy fight, man. Like you said before, great counterpunching ability, aggressive fighter, stay on top of you. So you got to watch out for guys like that.
Got to watch out for guys who are good, great, sneaky, good counterpuncher, stays inside you. But you can dominate him in 3-4 rounds. Get him out of there. That's what you say about Mac. That's what you said. Now listen to what else he say in reference to why Spence and Crawford didn't actually fight, and Crawford felt like he needed to do this fight right here. Mind you, throughout the whole negotiation, Crawford could have had a tune-up match. Crawford had said it too in one interview where he said, people want me to sit back and not feed my family. They want me to get lazy and gain weight. But listen to what Bomac say in reference to Terrence Crawford and how he does with weight.
Of the blame because the fight's not happening. Give us your side, your team's side, as to what happened and why that fight's not happening.
Well, I will put it like this. I mean, we did everything possible to make this fight happen, to make that fight happen, and some things got dragged along.
No, we didn't. If you would have done everything possible to make that fight happen, you would have had a tune-up fight directly after the Spence fight, knowing you should have had this David Avanesian fight then, knowing that this was going to be a tough fight to put together, especially since now Terrence is, quote, quote, his own boss. He answered to no one but Terrence now. So quite naturally, that deal was going to be a little bit more tougher and stricter, given the fact when he was with Bob Arum, who is a promoter, who knows how to put the contracts together, put the deal together, couldn't put that deal together for Terrence. As we go further on into this segment, we're going to tell you why and how, when you're putting things together, what also needs to be entailed when you're doing that. But listen to Bomac as he talk about this.
And some things that came up that probably wasn't true, and so just gotta be smart when it comes to business like that and dealing.
Now he said some things came up that was and wasn't true
with those guys over there at PBC, So hopefully we get back to the drawing board, back to the negotiation table, and maybe we can finish it up and make the fight happen.
He said, hopefully, key word. He didn't say we will get back to the drawing board. He said, hopefully. Well, what will hopefully means you're indecisive as to whether you want to or don't want to. We will is firm. You know that's what you want. You said, hopefully. Key word, hopefully. So you know something on Terrence Crawford's side as to whether that hope is usually a 50-50 or a 60-40. Maybe a 70-30 or an 80-20 or a 90-10. Hopefully you can get back up to 100%. And it's going to firm. We will. That's 100%. We will do this. You didn't say that, Bomac. Hopefully was what you said.
In your opinion, is it unfair for fans to blame Terrence over the failed fight because of taking this fight?
Yeah, I think it is unfair, man, because everybody look at it like, oh, why he take that fight and then take the Spence fight? Well, there's some businesses involved in that. and the
Yeah.
business didn't get handled the right way or didn't get made at the table. So, hey, I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to let Terrence sit here and starve. And
Listen to this now. All that money he got from Bob Arum. Now he got guaranteed money from Bob Arum, meaning Terrence ain't got to promote. Terrence ain't got to do nothing but just go out there and win. That's all Terrence had to do. Get out there, fight, and win. He got his money up front, guaranteed money up front. Bob did everything he could do to try to get Terrence to the elite level because he saw that Terrence was a good fighter. But Terrence wasn't willing to do, later on in the segment, we're going to also hear, he wasn't willing to do what the other greats did, such as Floyd Mayweather. And that was to get out there and do interviews, be in the public, be at the places, and let your face be shown amongst everybody that this is what you want. You want to be a top-notch, high-level elite fighter. Sounds like you all you want in Terrence is the record books, you and Bo Mac. But we're gonna go on.
and get stale and put on weight. And
Listen to what he just said. What you don't want his family to eat, you don't want him to get stale, you don't want Terrence to put on weight. Listen to it again, y'all.
and starve and get stale and put on weight, and because of one person in the division, no, one monkey don't stop the show.
Why were they dragging their feet, in your opinion?
I really couldn't tell you, man. I really couldn't tell you. I just got different sources, like they just want to kind of stall him out and make him pass up on different fights and things of that nature, and kind of put him in a corner. And that didn't happen. So, hey, here we are now.
Yeah, from what's been out, he wasn't very happy with the transparency of the negotiations of everything going on. What's your take on all that?
I think it was a smart thing to do, because it's the fact that, hey, man, if you're going to not guarantee me no money, I need to see where all the money going. And just don't tell me these numbers and think I'm going to be fine with it. I think
You're right. And PBC, he's right about that. Don't just tell him the numbers and they be fine, because they're not the smartest cards in the deck over there. They're not. So you're gonna have to really break it down A, B, C, 1, 2, 3 with these guys over there, because they're not that intelligent. I would love to really get behind Terrence Crawford and help this dude take his brand to that elite level. But I don't know. He needs someone. He really does, because the cards that he's dealing with over there, they ain't that smart.
hey, if you're going to handle business like that, let's put everything on the table so I can see, where the money going, what money's coming in and what money's going out, and see what I'm supposed to get.
You've been around the game for a long time. You know how these things work. Is that normal to have no guarantee in a fight?
Oh, hell no! I ain't never really heard of that. I don't know. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I don't know where they got that from, but hey, Terrence knew he can beat him, so that's why he said fuck it.
All right. He said he didn't know where he got that from. I'm going to read you guys something. Terrence Crawford, over 3 fights, done only 340,000 pay-per-views. Now, if you break that down, I think that was like 113,000 a piece, a fight. Yeah, that's 113,333.33. So he got a quarter, maybe a baby watched the pay-per-view as well, because he got that 33 in there. So 113,333.33 pay-per-view buys for each fight that he's fought. That's another reason right there is why they do not want to invest a whole bunch of money into Terrence when Terrence is asking for so much money. They don't want to do like Bob. Bob already spilled the beans of how he lost a lot of money. Al Heyman is not in the business of losing money. Bo Mac knows it. Terrence knows it. Terrence and Bo Mac are selfish, very, very selfish brothers, to expect others to lose money on them, even though they got a good product. Their brand sucks. Good product, brand suck, it don't make up. When I say brand, you have to make sure people like what you're selling. You can have the best out there, but if people do not know that yours is the best, and when they're going to spend their hard-earned money, they coming to see the best. They coming to witness the best. They're coming to be a part of the best. When you don't put that out there and you rely on the promoter to risk their hard-earned money on you, and they're expecting your name to bring the people in so they can get their money back, and it doesn't happen time after time after time, another promoter ain't gonna, they're listening. You guys may not listen, Bo Mac, but those guys, those promoters, we're listening. We're not gonna fall in that same trap. I'm just so glad it wasn't me. I hate that it went through Bob. Now, for a long time, I thought Bob was just shucking and jiving, just trying to hold Terrence back, and it wasn't that. We see right here what's going on. As I showed y'all the first clip, this is what Terrence wanted. This kind of shuck and jive mess. We're going to go on because I want y'all to really listen. When Bo Mac first said, when they wanted Terrence to starve, they wanted him to get lazy and gain weight. Listen to what Bo Mac say next.
Let's go then.
I guess, I don't know, if it's not normal, like, why would there not be like a guarantee? I think that's like the big question a lot of fans have.
Right. I don't know, man. I don't know where they come up with this logic at, not guaranteeing Terrence. You're gonna guarantee everybody else, but you won't guarantee Terrence.
That's because Terrence won't promote.
That to me is a tactic to have the card stacked against him.
No, it's not. Ask your buddy. Since he feel, and you said it also, you said it in this interview. I don't know if the clip is going to go to that far, but Bo Mac said it also. He said, PBC know that Terrence can beat Spence. Well, if you know that, why not take the fight? Why what you doing right now? Especially the fact PBC is going to give you a 3-fight deal. What you crying about money for? You're going to get your money. See, there's some selfishness stay up on. Listen closer to him, y'all.
You know, and then once he said, yeah, okay, all right, let's go, then they got nervous about it.
Do you think ultimately, and I think I already know the answer, but do you feel that they're not confident that Errol can get the win, and because he's a big star for them, that's like a big hit for them?
Right. They know it. They know it. They know what Errol came. We did everything possible to make this fight happen.
I like Lance. Lance Pugmire, he set Bo Mac up for that question. He really, really did. He set him up. Y'all check it out.
I ain't never heard no shit like that. I don't know where they got that from, but hey, Terrence knew he can beat him, so that's why he said, fuck it. Let's go then.
I guess, I don't know, if it's not normal, like, why would there not be like a guarantee? I think that's like the big question a lot of fans have.
Right. I don't know, man. I don't know where they come up with this logic at, not guaranteeing Terrence. You're gonna guarantee everybody else, but you won't guarantee Terrence. That to me is a tactic to have the card stacked against him. You know, and then once he said, yeah, okay, all right, let's go, then they got nervous about it.
Not yet.
Do you think ultimately, and I think I already know the answer, but do you feel that they're not confident that Errol can get the win, and because he's a big star for them, that's like a big hit for them?
Right. They know it. They know it. They know what Errol can't beat, but just because of some of the things that he might do inside the ring or even outside the ring.
Now see there, y'all see what he did? Because we all know that Earl got complacent and he started partying and he had the car wreck. Now this is what Bo Mac want to go with. But since that car wreck, Earl done came back and had 2 fights and dominated on those 2 fights. And this is what Bo Mac want to talk about outside the ring stuff, really. Then he talking about they know it. That's why they didn't PBC didn't commit. No, y'all didn't. Remember, you the one having a fight tomorrow. Come on now. You the one having a fight tomorrow, Bo Mac. Am I missing something? Did you eat too many hosted cakes and cream pies today? What's the deal? Come on, Bo Mac. This is something that I digress. Y'all keep listening.
And the way Bud carries himself and how he's been looking since he came to 47, stopping everybody. So Spence just be another person.
At 33, have you seen age affect Terrence at all?
Here we go.
No.
Now, y'all remember when he had said they want him to starve? I don't know how the heck he said. I can't talk like them out there in Omaha. They sound weird. But I'm not picking y'all. But he said they wanted him to starve. They wanted him to get lazy and gain weight and be out of shape. Now listen to what Bo Mac says now.
Haven't, no, because Terrence stays in the gym, stay active. He ain't one of those fighters that blows up between fights, and keep his weight at a good amount to where when it's time to go in camp, he ain't coming to camp to lose weight. He coming to camp to sharpen up.
Now wait a minute now. This sap sucker, he just sit here and say it. You heard me say it. Sap sucker. He just sit here and said they want him to starve. They want him to gain weight. They want him to get out of shape. But you now said that he's never out of shape. All he got to do is sharpen up. He's never out of shape. See, people, that's why you have to watch your mouth when you are just silly. And when you know you've been told over and over in plenty of people's interview podcasts. There's plenty of people on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, so have you, to where Terrence is hearing his mouth is reckless, Bo Mac's mouth is reckless. It seemed like they would say, Terrence would say, you know what, enough is enough. Maybe we need to stop talking. Maybe Bo Mac, we don't, when they start talking about me and the opponent they want me to fight, don't answer those questions. Just move to something else. Because you're going to say something that really don't need to be said. We're going to go back. One more time. Yeah, they got me discombobulated right now. Really
fighters that blows up between fights, and no, I haven't. No, because Terrence stays in the gym, stay active. He ain't one of those fighters that blows up between fights, and keep his weight at a good amount to where when it's time to go in camp, he ain't coming to camp to lose weight. He coming to camp to sharpen up.
Lance, thank you for interviewing this guy. Thank you. Thank you so much, Lance. We really appreciate that, brother, because you have a technique and a way of pulling the truth out of these brothers, and they don't realize what they're doing when they're talking to you. But everyone has that $10 million question. Did Bud say that he was getting paid, or is it just a rumor that Bud's going to get paid $10 million? Hear it for yourself.
Been reported, Bud, that they're paying you $10 million for this fight. Is that accurate?
Gotta get the money. Gotta get the money. Gotta get the money.
Is that just for this fight, or is it for a series of fights? Like Adrian Broner said, he has a series of fights, he says, for 10 to 12 million.
No, it's just a one-fight deal. It's a one-fight deal.
Now, guys, if someone asked me, hey, LB, are you going to get $10 million to interview such and such? Yeah. It's on contract, $10 million. I'm getting it. Yeah, we good. Everything's going good with it. I'm happy to have this interview. $10 million is what they promised me. Hey, this is the prize of my life right here. I'm loving it. Watch Terrence as he answer this question one more time, y'all.
It's been reported, Bud, that they're paying you $10 million for this fight. Is that accurate?
Now, Brian is like, $10 million for David Avanesian? This sounds crazy. From a new incoming promotion. Look at that silly grin on his face. Like, good, you know we playing. Listen to Brian. We're going to go back. Listen to Brian.
It's been reported, Bud, that they're paying you $10 million for this fight. Is that accurate?
He couldn't even answer him first.
Gotta get the money.
Yeah.
Gotta get the money. Gotta get the money.
Is that just for this fight, or is it for a series of fights? Like Adrian Broner said, he has a series of fights, he says, for 10 to 12 million.
No, it's just a one-fight deal.
One fight deal, $10 million. Okay. We're gonna get into that. We're gonna get into that. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said earlier when I started out with this episode, I saw the card girls. Now, they were having a problem last week. Actually, it was 7 days ago. They were having a problem with getting card girls for the fight. And yesterday they had the press conference where they were actually the weigh-in yesterday. And oh, was it today? It was this morning. I can't remember. It was either yesterday or today one they had to weigh in. But anyway, when I saw what the card girls looked like, it blew my mind. It really did. It blew my mind. Because they had put on social media that they were looking for it was real funny. It was real funny what they put up and everything. I was like, really? They said that? They put it on social media. I'm trying to find it if I can. That they were looking for um see if I can find that thing. The here it is right here it is right here. I'm gonna throw a clip up for you guys. And I want you guys to look at this clip right here. Or not a clip, but a picture. I want you to look at it. It says, be a part of BLK Prime. Here's a chance to be a ring girl. So you're saying anybody can do this. Here's a chance to be a ring girl at the Crawford Ebenezer pay-per-view fight on December the 10th. It says, follow us, send us a DM, enter contest, tag 3 friends. Okay, so really? Tag 3 friends. Share this post, leave a comment and like. This sounds like some birthday party stuff. Here's a chance to be the call girl at the next birthday party that we're having. December the 10th. Come one, come all. Really? That's the way y'all promoting things. You put it out on social media. That was placed on social media, ladies and gentlemen. This right here. That's placed on social media right there. That. Actually, it was on the Twitter page, their Twitter page. As I go further on in it, you're gonna see more information in reference to that. But look at this right here. You see it. Tattoos. I ain't never in my life seen call girls with tattoos going all up and down the right side, from the leg, the leg all the way up the side. We're gonna keep going. I ain't never seen no mess like this. Stop right there, y'all. All on the stomach, each side, all on the left arm, and on the left leg. Cowgirls. Yeah. You see it. You see it. You see it just as well as I do. Tattoos. Tattoos. Now, if y'all will go to Fight Height and see the actual video itself, these girls do not know what they're doing. This is BLK Prime TV. And there's not one black card girl. Not one black card girl. Black network, black fighter, a bunch of black fighters actually on the card. Not one black card girl. Now, my wife is from Omaha. Surely, my wife ain't the only pretty thing coming out of Omaha, Nebraska. Surely. Come on now. You see it. Tattoos. And the little blonde head on the right of the lady from the tattoos, she look like you got to see the video. They're lost. It's like they were arguing one another up there. And they must have went to a bar somewhere and got these girls. They look confused, twiddling their thumbs. I mean, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Never, ladies and gentlemen. Never seen nothing like this right here. And then just look at that pitiful backdrop. It could barely, oh Lord. When you see more footage, you're gonna understand why I say that pitiful backdrop. Just pitiful. Just pitiful. $10 million to one guy. You heard Crawford say that. First he did this. Crawford, I heard you getting $10 million. Is that true? Gotta get the money. Gotta get the money. Didn't sound convincing to me. But hey, if he say he gonna get it, hey, that's between him and Black Prime as far as I'm concerned. I digress. We're gonna go a little bit further on into this right here. But before we do, I'm gonna give y'all some little footnotes and everything. Now, On this fight card, you got Terrence Crawford, David Avenesian, they're welterweights. You got Chris Cyborg, an MMA fighter who's now boxing. She's fighting Gabrielle Holloway, welterweight. Arnold Higai fighting Eduardo Baez. They're featherweights. Stephen Nelson, he's from Omaha. He trains in Colorado Springs. He's fighting James Ballard. Those are light heavyweights. And then you have Jeremiah Milton versus Dewan Calloway. Actually, there was some more. Yeah, Dewan Calloway. Both of them actually are out of Las Vegas. You got Adeo Gomez fighting Joseph Aquila. They're light heavyweights. Lord have mercy. I don't know how to say this name. Bakal. Some dude with a B name fighting Xavier Merrill. They're welterweights. And Robert Rodriguez fighting Jose Lopez Jr. And they're junior. Robert Rodriguez is fighting Jose Lopez. They're junior featherweights. I mean, it's a lot of fights there, but ladies and gentlemen, there's nobody that you know other than Terrence. Nobody. And Chris Cyborg. Remember her from fighting MMA. Everybody else are just announced this week. It was Tank Davis, Gervonta Davis fight, and he has that bad boy stacked. And when I say stacked, he has it stacked. It's Gervonta's on that card. Boots is on that card. What's my man name? The guy, everybody, Ennis. Well, Boots, that is Boots. Ennis, he's on the cards. There's a lot of people on this card that's heavy hitters, along with the crew from DC, the two brothers from DC. They're gonna be fighting on that card as well. But ladies and gentlemen, getting back to this right here, I want y'all to watch this right here. And as we go further onto it, I'm gonna stop it and just show you something. This right here is a tweet from Neil Marsh. That is David Avenesian's manager. He did this on Wednesday, actually. And this is what he said. He said, "This is where you can watch our man, David, take on Crawford. I'm waiting for a BLK Prime boxer to come back to me to adjust the UK price to fall in line with normal UK pricing." What that means, ladies and gentlemen, is the fight is for $39.99. The UK people don't generally pay $39.99. They don't generally pay the $69, $79, $89, the $99 fights that we have here. They don't pay that. Now, this week, this was Wednesday, not yesterday, the day before. They still don't have the pricing right for the UK. That really, really matters. Why does it matter? As we go on, y'all keep watching. Excuse me. Y'all keep watching. I
said, man, we got people up.
Now, this right here is Terrence talking in reference to this audio was put in here just to hear Terrence talk in reference to pay-per-views and his theory on pay-per-views.
Still in the fight. They got the fire sticks. He laughed. He like, man, I got a fire stick too. I'm like, see? I'm like, man, ain't nobody really buying, pay-per-views no more. I said, man, we get this upfront money and we good. It's a no-brainer. You know what I mean? But one thing about me and the difference between me and the difference between Spence is I'm really my own boss now, and he's not. He got to go through Al.
Now he talks about that. He's talking about the conversation that him and Spence had, and that was one of the posts Terrence put up after like a week or so after he had announced that he was going to be fighting David. Now look at this right here, ladies and gentlemen. This is serious business right here. Neil says, I'm asking for lower prices of David Avenesian versus Terrence Crawford in the UK, as $39 is highest ever in the UK. So what's fair? Don't forget, they need pay-per-view to pay Terrence Crawford. So what price you think should be? He says or be, he meant you should be. And he put a what he did is he put a put that on. Is that rolling? He put the post up asking people, as far as a poll, asking people what do they think. Now, there was 252 votes.
Do you get the sense, Bob?
Let's go back.
This
There was 252 votes on this, the final results. Now, it says you would buy at $39.99. Only 2.8% said yes. At $29.99, 2% said yes. $19.99, 38.9% said yes. Even lower, 56.3% said they would watch the fight on pay-per-view if it was lower than $19.99. Ladies and gentlemen, that is telling you a lot about Terrence Crawford. That's telling you a lot. Not a lot about whether he can fight or can't fight and how good he is. It's how well he's been represented. People in the UK don't even know enough about Terrence Crawford. Although Terrence put out, he's on that Twitter box, he put out talking about him and Spence would do better fighting in the UK. Not what this is saying. And this is a poll. This ain't what I'm saying, Neil's saying, anybody else is saying. This is what the people in the UK is saying. 252 people who voted on this poll. And if the poll would have had a longer length, that number, 56.3%, is a big margin starting out. 38.9% is a big margin starting out. 2.8%, I don't know how you catch up at 2.8% or 2%, Terrence. I really don't. You can't get $39 over there in the UK. You can't get $29.99 over in the UK per this poll right here. Come on now. Now, these are people who are following their boxing. And boxing is the biggest sport over in the UK. Besides soccer, boxing is the biggest sport. They don't have NFL football, Major League Basketball, NBA. They don't. They love their boxing. Biggest thing over there. But they're not paying $39.99, especially for a fighter they probably don't even know much about. These numbers are showing that. So what in the hell is Bo Mack and Terrence Crawford chirping about? Now, this fighter comes from the UK, David Avanesian. They don't want to pay for that. They do not want to pay $39.99. 2.8% said they would pay that. That's a small margin. To get to some numbers we're going to show you later on down the line. Listen to what Bob Arum has to say. Just listen. Very, very important. Very important.
do you get the sense, Bob? This is what a lot of people are calculating, that PBC is trying to freeze you out until they can acquire Terrence.
I assure you that's not the case. Maybe that was the case 2 years ago. That's not the case. Wake up and smell the roses. You understand? If PBC does pay-per-view, it's limited. Why is it limited?
I'm pausing that for a second, ladies and gentlemen. I want y'all to see, just so people won't say where did that information really, really, truly come from. You see the date down there, December the 5th. 5 days ago. You see it. You see it.
Limited because based on the Fury Wilder fight, over 30% of the pay-per-view buys were on the ESPN Plus platform. They were subscribers, and now there's so many more subscribers because it did the ESPN, approaching 15 million. It is bigger and more potent than any MSO, than DirecTV, than Dish. So
now, y'all look at this right here. This was 7 days ago. 84 likes 7 days ago on BLK asking for, they're trying to find ring girls 7 days ago. Now, you had this fight being put together. BLK Prime did not have their stuff together in reference of making sure once the deal got done, we have everything on our end done. As small as the card girls. You see it. 7 days ago. You see it.
If you don't have that, you impede your pay-per-view. We have an exclusive. So without us, you can't be on ESPN Plus. So Al is not stupid, and he realizes that if he has a fight involving one of our fighters.
Now I'm gonna stop right there. Remember, it says I'm asking for a lower price of David Avenesian versus Terrence Crawford in the UK as $39.99 is high. He meant to say is the highest, is highest ever in UK. So what's fair? Don't forget, they need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view to pay TC. Now, Terrence has said that they're giving him half the money. It's on the net, y'all. It's on the internet. He said they've already given him half the money, and they're going to give him the other half before the fight. Right here. Right there. You see it right there. It says, don't forget, they need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view to pay Terrence. To pay Terrence. To pay Terrence. Now look at those percentages. 2.8% said they'll buy it at $39.99. Ha! Majority of the 252 people said, nah, dog, we're going to pay you less than $19. And I would say a little bit, the better half said we'll do $19.99, but that's it. We ain't going no higher. We're not giving you an extra penny. You see it. They need pay-per-view. You heard what Bob Aaron said. If you're not with ESPN and Showtime, he didn't say Showtime, but Bob's more with ESPN. PBC's with Showtime. But if you're not with those two networks, you're snoozing where you're losing. I'm just sorry. That's just the way it works. You can't be with BLK Prime and make the pay-per-view money. They said they need pay-per-view to pay Terrence. So where else the money coming from? I'm going to show you in a minute. No, actually, no, forget that. I ain't going to show you in a minute. We're going to stop that right there, right? Just for 1 second. We're going to stop that because I'm getting ready to show you now. I'm getting ready to show y'all something. Yeah. They said they need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view. They need pay-per-view. That's what he said. They need pay-per-view. Y'all check this out right here. I'm going to show you a chart. Uh-oh. Woo! This right here, it says over to the far left, Terrence Crawford versus David Avenesian at the CHI Health Center, Omaha, Nebraska, Saturday, December the 10th. You see it right here. As I go down here, you seeing the seats that are available. You see it. All these blues are available. Right here, all these blues are available, ladies and gentlemen. Those are a lot of seats available. $358 ain't sold out. $399 right there at the ring ain't sold out. Those seats should have been gone a long time ago. Somebody talk to me now. Woo! $423 is not gone. $423 is not gone. Let's go picture nosebleed seats for $73. Not gone. Not gone. Not gone. Don't know why. Row 204 is 130. Right beside it is 63. And that's some $60 right over. $60 right on the other side. Row 203 is cheaper, $60 cheaper. Really, $70 cheaper than the. See, y'all play too much with this seat. $59 over here. That's sold out. Those are nosebleeds over there. People at the health center, move this 223 and 230, move them down to 104, 105, because that don't make no sense. Y'all can't air this. People can't have pay-per-view, and all this right here is empty. Y'all see it lighting up in pink. That's empty. I will be mad as a woo to pay $40 when I could have went to daggone Bojangles and got my family some chicken and biscuits with that $40 to see a fight. Now ain't nobody. I mean, it look like there's more people in my house watching the fight than it is at the day. Look at that, 221. Really, move them down to 221. I mean, yeah, move them down to 121. 226, move them down to 126. 230, move them down to 129. 231, move them down to 127. Y'all quit playing. Y'all got to move these people down. They're going to do it. They're going to do it to make it look like something. They're going to do it. They got to do it. And then you got 210 way back there. Y'all should have been moved them down to 108. Stop playing, y'all. See, y'all going to need somebody right in here, too. Y'all see it lighting up? That C, D, E, open. A, open. Guaranteed you B, H, and F is Terrence's people. Terrence and David Avanish, I guaranteed you that's his family members and friends. And some of the other boxers' family members and friends. Guaranteed them comp tickets right there. But the tickets they wanted sold ain't even got sold yet. Y'all talk to me, somebody. Exposure. I knew that's why I wanted to wait. I wanted to wait. Because if it was show and prove, I said, hey, you did a good job. But see, this is what happened when you do not promote, Terrence. This is what happens when you give a 15-second video that tells nothing. Then you got this row right 107. That one little block right there sold out. Really? Really? Y'all see what my mouse is right there? 106, right above it. That's sold out. Really? Y'all gonna do that to some people? They coming down. You move 107 down to D. That's simple. Y'all got to, because this is pathetically pitiful. Now, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna tell y'all something. Get me out of here, y'all. This is sad. This is sad. This is very, very sad. Sad. CHI Health Center in Omaha facility holds 18,975 people seating. Don't even worry about that number, y'all. Don't worry about that number. It's never gonna happen. Not with that card. Never gonna happen. Now, let's just say, I'm putting this on the screen for y'all. Let's just say they sold all 18,975 seats at $73 a pop. You got to say 75, 73 because I mean, ain't nobody gonna pay that $300-400 way down there low and C and A and all. Man, ain't nobody paying that. Ain't nobody not to see that fight card. No. Now the fight card Gervonta Davis got, yeah, they're gonna get it. I guarantee you those seats around the ring are already gone. 1,385,175. That's what that comes up to. If they was to sell out that arena at 18,000 seats at a reasonable price of $73, even at $73, if me and my lady was go, that's $146. I'm pissed off because I'm seeing amateur fightings. I'm not saying that the other guys are not great fighters. What I'm saying is they're not top level fighting that we want to see. There's going to be some bona fide. We're going to get our money's worth. I'm not paying $146 for me and my lady to go see some mess like this. You're not worth it, Terrence. Not fighting that dude. You're not worth it, Terrence. You're not worth $73 for someone to come see you fight a David avocado nozzles. No. And I ain't being ugly to you, David, but come on. We don't know you, bruh. You hadn't really got on the radar like that, man. I mean, we ain't doing it. We ain't doing it. We're going to get back into this video right here, though. Y'all keep listening.
He would rather do it with us to get his hands on that revenue than do it without us. You understand what I'm saying? It's just a business decision. It's got nothing to do with like or dislike or freezing out.
Y'all, they stuck this one on me. I know they did this. Now check this out right here. Man, y'all put me on. Y'all, I got you. Pay-per-views needed to pay Terrence Crawford. They would need just Terrence Crawford now, not the other fighters, not the tattooed card girls, not the light crew, the sound crew, the announcers, the facility, the tech crew, the security, and it goes on and on. The advertisement went with $150, but you know what I'm saying. Just to get Terrence his money at $39.99, and you saw the UK ain't putting it up. There's other things going on in Omaha tomorrow that's going to conflict with that. There's big concerts out there. There's also other fights on the East Coast fighting tomorrow. It's going to be hard for Terrence when Terrence generally does not get. It says it right there. Terrence Crawford has generated only 340,000 pay-per-views over three fights. This is $113,333.33 a fight. That's all he's done. A fight. 113,333.3 pay-per-views. That's all he's done. I might have said money, but I meant pay-per-views the first time, y'all. Now, let's go back up here where it says $39.99 times 250,063 pay-per-views. He ain't did that fighting a good fighter. Well, let me take that back. I'm sorry, David. That's disrespectful. He hasn't done that fighting an elite fighter that we well know and that people would want to come and see to fight Terrence. He hasn't done that ever. But he needs that to make his $10 million. At $29.99, he needs 384,763 pay-per-view buys to get $10 million. At $19.99, he needs 500,251 pay-per-views to get his money back. Black Prime, I think you messed up. I don't know why you didn't listen to Bob. I don't know why you didn't listen to Terrence when Terrence was running back to you guys telling y'all that the negotiations is taking a little bit longer with the PBC. This is why. This right here tells this right here what I have on this screen, ladies and gentlemen, should tell every promoter what they getting their hands involved in when it comes to a Terrence Crawford. Unless someone can sit Terrence down and say, hey, before we negotiate a fight, we need you out there talking. We need your mouthpiece opening, but don't be telling lies. Tell the truth. Be honest. As honest as you can be. You're going to make a mistake, Terrence. We all do it. I've done some on this episode here. So far, I've made mistakes, but it's okay. But don't get up there telling lies. This is what you need, man. For Black Prime to just break even with you, they need this right here. Now, I'm going to go back. They need that because Black Prime needs that. Now, I don't know what your contract actually looks like and says. Maybe you get your money, whether they make their money or not. And you said that in some interviews. You know, it's up to them to make theirs. Once we get ours guaranteed, and that's why you see what I'm showing you right here, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all see that? Watch as I scroll over the pink stuff. Those are open seats, empty seats. Black Prime is not going to make that 10 million at that facility. That's why these seats are high. Extremely too high for the level fighting they got coming to this arena. Those seats are crazy high. Those seats shouldn't even be this amount. The $60 they shouldn't be. $30, yes. $60, no. I don't care. If you got 20 people there, I don't care. You got 20 too many. If you only got 5 fights, or let me take that back. If you only got 3 fights for 60, you got 3 too many. If you just only had Terrence and David, still $60 is too much just for Terrence and David. I'm just sorry, y'all. It is. It is. You got to give people a show, Terrence. Black Prime, you got to give people a show. Y'all playing too much. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all see me. I'm going over this. Open. Do this tomorrow. I tell you what. Go to vividseats.com. You'll see it. You'll see it. I'm sure the other charts ain't much more different from this. You'll see it. Now, Gervonta Davis, here's his own Ticketmasters. I'm sure there's some, Ticket Hub and some other places, but, the main one is Ticketmasters. But you see it. All these open seats right here. I don't know what else to tell you, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna go on some more on this right here, though. Keep listening.
Business is business.
But if trying to think business for a second, if he could, maybe he can't make in one fight what he can make with Spence Crawford, but he'd rather make Spence Thurman, Spence
No, that's
Garcia.
not the point. If he did Spence Crawford and had to pay for both fighters without the ESPN Plus buys, it's a losing proposition. The only way he can do that fight is with ESPN Plus and its platform and its buys. He knows that. We know that.
Exactly. Now, y'all say if Terrence Crawford's claim is true. Now, I feel your point on that.
Reported,
But
here
it is.
paying you $10 million for this
Y'all
fight.
hear the way
Is
David
that
said
accurate?
that?
You $10 million
David
for
don't
this
even
fight. Is
I mean,
that
excuse me,
accurate?
Brian don't believe it.
They're paying you $10 million
Are you crazy?
for this fight. Is that accurate?
No, it ain't accurate. Look at that boy. Just silly. That ain't accurate. That ain't accurate at all.
Now, if he wanted to do Spence Crawford without us and without ESPN Plus, we would probably agree. Be my guest, but it's stupid business for him. Terrence can certainly do a more vibrant reach out to the press, to the people. I mean, after all, he's associated with the biggest platform in sports, ESPN. And why isn't he utilizing that? Why isn't he putting the time in, going on with Stephen Smith, going on with Max Kellerman? Why isn't he doing that? I mean, it's like pulling teeth, particularly if there's no fight, about getting him to really be involved. There are other people. Floyd Mayweather didn't become this major pay-per-view star by accident. He worked on it.
Did a lot of interviews, I remember.
A lot of interviews. He did what he had to do, and he did it well. But if you don't do it, it doesn't happen by magic.
Exactly. It doesn't happen by magic. I'm gonna see who at one time they said not Lennox Lewis, but what's the guy that fought gosh, I can't think of the name of the my man's name. He fought my boy from Florida. Let's see who the announcers is. I know my man Zap Judah was there. Seen him. He was there. But the brown skinned brother, why come I can't think of his name? But that interview that Terrence had with Brian Custer was of Showtime. Now, I don't know when Terrence left Bob Arum, he also said, you know what, I'm done with ESPN too. But to me, that's the wrong answer, Terrence. Just because you left Bob Arum, who's connected with ESPN, I'm with Bob on this one. You still should be doing interviews with all of them, giving some real good, extensive interviews on this fight right here, pushing this fight versus you pushing your Twitter box about Terrence Crawford. About Earl Spence in reference to it's Earl Spence and the PBC's fault. It's the reason why you're fighting this, that, and the third. Forget that. Get into this fight right here. Boost this fight because, as you state, you're guaranteed $10 million. But you're doing nothing to make sure that the people who are paying your bill will recoup their money. Terrence, how do you think people can stay in business if they're not making money as well? It ain't just for you to make the money and nobody else make no money. If that's the case, why come you didn't promote this yourself and not have a Black Prime? Why you didn't have TBC Promotions promoting this versus BLK Prime promoting this? If you don't want nobody else to make money, that's what it sounds like. You and Bomac, y'all don't want nobody making money other than yourselves. That's very selfish, very greedy, and downright disrespectful, man. Very, very disrespectful of you and the Bomac to act the way you guys act and do the things that you're doing. That's why on the screen it shows $0 versus 0 cents equals. We'll let you come back and tell your story in reference to how that played out. And we'll allow BLK Prime to come back and tell their story of how they made so much money off of this fight, especially when on this fight we have information where we can always go back to certain things that people have said and are saying in reference to this fight, but we can also go back to this right here. Y'all see it, ladies and gentlemen, and this is today, right here, right now. Over to the left, you see it, Terrence Crawford versus David Abanesian. Open, very open seats right here. You see it. You see it. It will astonish. Now, the announcer said at the weigh-in, he said there's very limited seats left. Okay. Yeah, you're right. And I'm hoping, I'm taking it, ladies and gentlemen. All this pink is maybe just 2 seats in each of the aqua looking color. I think it's, yeah, those are just 2 seats. I'm thinking. What y'all thinking? Just 2 seats, 1 or 2 seats. That's the reason why it's lighting up. And that might have been what the announcer meant. You know, it's very limited seats left in all these areas. Just only 1 or 2 seats in those areas. And then sooner or later, they're going to turn white like these. But what we can do is come back tomorrow and check. How about that, y'all? Until next time, this is all we got on Hot Topics. I wish the brother well. I wish Black Prime well. I love to see Black businesses strive and do their thing and show that, you know, they're capable of being on that higher level. But in this instance, I don't see where the homework has been done to make sure that a good product's been laced out there for the ladies and gentlemen who are willing to pay their money, whether it's on pay-per-view or live there in the facility itself. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what I always say. Stay up. Hot Topics.
Take the van never make her take a back. All of them now up all the baddest man you ever saw. Money making earth springing man, let's get the party shaking. I'm the leader, never see the devil, see the mother, see it. If I need a tip, I see the pride, so cavity. And then put this thing together. When we live, the dead and rhythm and rocking together. Simulation battles, my rocker nation. Battle time, I am battle, keep on battle, matters. When I want my hand up, like it's again. I'm a sinner, all of them, I took the way. Very, every time I bust a cherry, oh my God, it's fame and glory. But I never tell a story, only time I'm from the mic because it's something that I like. Reassure the brothers, so I always keep the second story.